Hello, my name is Maritza Hernandez, and I'm going to be presenting my research paper on immigrant students in Japan, Netherlands, and the US. The countries that I decided to focus on are Japan and the Netherlands. I will start with Japan. Japan is the 10th most populated country and has 128 million people. Since I did focus on immigrant students, I was focusing on the amount of immigrant people that are in Japan, which is 2.5 million. The education in Japan is free and it's government funded. Education is compulsory from ages 6 to 15 years old. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology and the Central Council for Education established the content guidelines. The teachers can make adaptations. They can teach however they see fit, but they must follow the national curriculum. Elementary in Japan consists of first to sixth grade. Junior high in Japan consists of 7th through ninth grade, and high school consists of 10th through 12th grade. Netherlands is the 68th most populated country, and they have about 17 million people total. The amount of immigrants in the Netherlands is higher, 3.4 million people that are immigrants. Education in the Netherlands is also free and funded by the government. Education is compulsory from ages 5 to 16 years old, and the Dutch Ministry of Education, Culture and Science and municipal governments coordinate the educational policy. They do have a set general national curriculum framework, but schools do have the freedom to teach however they see fit. After elementary school, until about the age of 12 years old, students go into high school, which consists of three different levels: the VMBO, HAVO, VWO. My statement for my research was this comparative research analysis study compares the similarities and differences in the support systems offered to immigrant students in Japan, Netherlands, and the United States. Some of the research that I found that had to do with immigrants or even immigrant students in Japan. Japan has not always had their doors open for immigrants, but because their population is aging and the death rate is higher, they're starting to open their doors more to immigrants, meaning that immigrant students rate is growing as well. In Netherlands, one of the historical issues that I found is that Netherlands used to be a country that used to accept immigrants all the time, but since the murders of two well-known immigration antagonists by the names of Pim Fortuyn and Theo van Gogh, ever since those murders, immigration is not as accepted, and it's seen as more of a problem and a threat to the social stability and the culture of the Netherlands. Some of the research that I found that has similarities for Japan, the United States, and the Netherlands, they do all three have some kind of program for immigrants. Japan has two types of bilingual education programs. One, which is called Torzai Jugyo, which is a program that mainstreams their kids, but they do offer pull-out for extra intervention. The other one is Irekomi Jugyo, which is only mainstream the students into a classroom that has native Japanese students in it. The United States does offer two-way immersion programs around schools around the country. In California alone, there's about 107 schools that offer bilingual education. Some of the programs included are transitional or early exit bilingual programs, developmental, two-way immersion programs. And the Netherlands does not offer any bilingual education, but they do offer intensive language training for the first 2 years, but only for asylum seekers and illegal residents. The economic status of a family in Japan, including immigrants, does not affect education. In the home, the socioeconomic status of immigrant parents does have a negative effect against the students because the parents are not always able to help the students at home due to the manual labor and the long hours that they're kept away from their children and then cannot help them with their homework. United States as well, the socioeconomic status of the family, including immigrants, does have an effect in education. The immigrants tend to live in neighborhoods together with other immigrants, and so they all go to school together. So that school has a high immigrant student population, and as well at home, immigrant parents cannot help because of the lack of the English language knowledge. The Netherlands, most immigrant parents do not have the educational success to help their child either. But in the Netherlands, parents are able to choose schools for their children. So they're able to send them to an upper class school, but sending them to their own neighborhood school that might be for low income students benefits them even more because those schools receive more funding and classes that are smaller, and some of those classes do have teachers' assistants. Excuse me. My findings from doing my juxtapositions of Japan, Netherlands, and the U.S. Japan, Netherlands, and the U.S. all offer some kind of program for immigrant students, but the U.S. offers a greater variety with the different kinds of bilingual programs and ELD curriculum. Japan offers pull-out intervention, but no language development curriculum. And Netherlands offers extra intervention services, but only for a limited amount of children. Japan, Netherlands, and the United States all understand that parental support at home is very important in the academic achievement of immigrant students. Unfortunately, because of the lack of the main language skills of the country that they reside in, the parents of the immigrant students can't help their child at home with their homework. So this is a big disadvantage to them. My key conclusions. Japan, Netherlands, and the United States all do their own part in providing a quality education to their immigrant students, but they can probably do a little more to help them achieve more academic faster. All three countries should, I believe, make bilingual education programs an option for their immigrant students in all of their schools. Offering bilingual education programs in all schools nationwide can give the students some relief of not having to be immersed in a classroom where they do not understand anything. Another key conclusion, parental support impacts a student's academic success, but a lot of the immigrant students do not get that support from home because the parents are either too busy working or they do not have the knowledge to help their child. Something that could remedy this is having private tutors that go to the students' homes. These tutors could help the student with homework and review of classroom materials taught that week. And these are my references that I used, and that is the end of my PowerPoint. Thank you very much.